Wrong! You broke your vows first and not her. Yes, I'm smiling because I can see some of the smiles on your face or frustration in many cases, right? But it's a common phenomenon in marriages affairs, right? Most cases, the wife is having an affair with another man, right? Most cases, I mean, like, 99%. This means that 99% of the times women cheat, and only maybe 1% of the time do we see men cheat. Now, of course, I'm talking about this being out in the open, okay? I don't know the exact percentage of how many men cheat, but based on our experience after working with thousands of men, very few men come who have cheated. It's usually the women who go out and cheat, right? And the most common complaint from men is she broke her vows, right? We went to the altar, we got married, and she broke her vows, right? Now, knowing how the feminine and masculine operates here, like, this is not true, okay? In fact, I'll bet that you broke your vows first as a husband before she broke hers. And I'm going to explain this because obviously there's something behind it. I'm not just trying to be controversial for the sake of controversy. No, right? You got to understand, and I'm making an assumption here. If this assumption is not true, then get caught up, right? I'm making the assumption that you have been following us or you're watching our videos, and now you understand a little bit of the difference between feminine and masculine and how important it is and how it operates differently. Okay? If this is news to you listening to this, yeah, make sure you get caught up on that and make sure you watch some of those videos. Okay? Because vows are different for the feminine and different for the masculine, right? Vows have different meaning for each of you. You may be saying similar words, but the emotionality, the meaning behind it is very different for her than it is for you. Okay? And you expect her to keep the vows, right? That you made to her, but they aren't her vows. But you're associating the same meaning to that. If that makes sense. She goes through her speech around what she's committing to and what her vows are. You go through yours. You have a meaning to those vows. And not only you want to keep yourself to those vows, you expect her to keep her vows with your meaning to your vows. So you expect that she's going to act the same way that you are acting based on your vows, because they should be the same. But the meaning associated on her side is very different. One of the big things in vows for men that they cling on to is don't cheat, be loyal, right? Don't go outside of the marriage. That's a big pillar for a lot of husbands when they make their vows, whether you said it or not. It's just like this unspoken rule of a husband. There's no cheating in marriage, right? Well, she has that too on her side. Take care of me. Take care of my safety and security, emotionally, financially, physically, spiritually, mentally. Emotional being by far the most important for her. And if you have watched our videos around how affairs happen, because you need to understand, I'll repeat it here so you can connect it. A woman doesn't wake up from Monday to Tuesday and cheat, have a physical affair. No. It happens as an emotional affair. Why? Because the emotional needs are not fulfilled for 2+ years. Well, what was the meaning of her vow? What did she associate to it? Well, you taking care of her safety and security emotionally. But you didn't. So who broke the vow first? You or her? And this is not a tit for tat. This is not, blaming you. But I am bringing a different perspective, because emotional safety and security is huge for her. It's part of her vows. Not cheating is part of yours. Chicken and egg, which came first? Right? And you got to be able to kind of let that in, sing that in. John, do you have examples or some stuff you want to add here? Because
Not
it's
necessarily
such so
examples, but
important.
yeah, it's in that responsibility, right? We speak about responsibility and the power that's available in responsibility, right? You can focus on her and focus on attaching your meanings to what she should have done or what you would have done in that situation or how she stepped out and how it's so wrong. But you're actually so weak. There's no power available to you in that situation. The power is available to you inside of, okay, what did I mess up on? Where did I get complacent? Where did I stop pursuing my wife? Not just about pursuing her until you marry her, as an example. It's about where's that ongoing
Mm-hmm.
pursuit? Where's that ongoing investment in getting to know her? Where's that ongoing curiosity in like figuring out where she's at in life? What her experiences of life are like? Right. So as I said, it's not just about the game of getting her to the altar and getting the ring on the finger, and then it's like, okay, that get married, that box is ticked. Now I can move on to the next thing. Like marriage and relationship is it's an ongoing commitment. It's an ongoing because if you think about it, there's so much of life that you go through as a married couple. There's so much, you have kids, they add on a whole new dimension, a whole new set of challenges, a whole new set of life of experiences, and they navigate that together. And those experiences are different for her. Those experiences are different for you, right? So the responsibility is where your access to actually being powerful in your relationship is. Looking at her and blaming her, as I said, it's just coming from victim. And it may make you help you feel better about your situation in the short term, but it doesn't make the situation better.
Doesn't
It
move the
just keeps
needle.
you stuck. Yeah, it just keeps you stuck in being a victim.
Yeah.
I'll go back to my cholesterol example. You can blame your wife for serving you cheese nachos 7 days a week, or you can be responsible for the fact that you ate them. Right? So which one do you want? Because I promise you, by being responsible, that's going to be your access point to actually altering who you are for the future. Not the blame or how wrong it was for her to keep serving you cheese nachos 7 days a week.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, the responsibility part. And again, I genuinely mean where this is not to blame men. Quite the opposite. This is to give you a different perspective so you can get out of the blame game and you can step into that responsibility, because you're starting to understand and see that it's not just the surface level stuff. It's a deeper understanding of the feminine and the masculine, deeper understanding of yourself and a deeper understanding of your wife and why things happen the way they happen, right? So ask yourself, who broke the vows first? Give that some thought. Let that sink in.